Unpaid rent is one of the biggest financial risks for any landlord. The hard truth is, once a tenant is evicted, their financial instability makes collecting that debt incredibly difficult. Unlike a car loan, you can't repossess the product. The months of housing are already consumed. And that security deposit, it almost never covers the full amount of lost rent and damages. But it's not hopeless. We'll show you a system of prevention, intervention, and escalation to maximize your recovery. So, if collecting after the fact is so hard, where do you begin? The answer is before they even sign the lease. Effective tenant screening is your most powerful tool. A staggering 86% of landlords have avoided costs by screening properly. Next, meticulous record keeping is non-negotiable. This means every email, payment ledger, and violation notice. Finally, act fast. The moment a payment is late, your intervention process should begin. Delay lets the problem grow. These steps set the stage, but collection often comes down to communication. Clear channels prevent small issues from becoming major debts. You've screened well and kept good records, but now a tenant is falling behind. What you do next is critical. Everyone says communicate, but what does effective, empathetic communication actually sound like when money's on the line? It starts by acknowledging their struggle, not just demanding payment. This builds a bridge, making the tenant a partner in solving the problem. This isn't about being soft. It's about being strategic. Active listening and problem solving are trainable skills for your entire team. Why does this work? A tenant who feels respected is more likely to prioritize their debt to you and engage with solutions. So what does this look like in practice? It looks like offering tangible, flexible solutions. It's time to move from talk to action. First, offer installment plans, formalized with a lease addendum. Second, connect tenants with local rental assistance programs. Third, consider waiving late fees for clearing the principal debt. Fourth, offer a reduced lump sum to avoid legal costs. These solutions all depend on one thing: tenant cooperation. But what happens when that cooperation breaks down completely? This is where you move from partnership to formal consequences. One of the strongest tools is reporting the debt to credit bureaus. Why is this effective? A debt on their credit report can seriously hinder a tenant's ability to secure future housing or loans. However, this power comes with serious legal responsibilities. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, sets strict rules. This means no calling at unreasonable hours, using threats, or misrepresenting the debt. Violations lead to massive liabilities. We've covered prevention, empathetic intervention, and formal escalation. How do these separate stages become a single, powerful system? It begins by understanding that each stage empowers the next. Recall that 86% screening stat? It tells you who you're dealing with. Those detailed records we talked about? They become your undeniable proof when negotiating and the foundation of your case in court. The key insight is this: your ability to escalate is made stronger and safer by your earlier efforts in communication and documentation. Therefore, increasing repayment isn't about one magic bullet. It's about a process that moves from prevention to intervention, backed by consequences. Let's recap the pillars of successful debt recovery. First, prevent problems with rigorous screening and documentation. Second, intervene early with empathy and flexible solutions. Third, escalate formally and legally when cooperation fails. Collecting tenant debt is always a challenge. But with this systematic approach, you create a manageable business process with a higher success rate. You have the tools to protect your investment and your business. Using them strategically makes you both a fair landlord and a savvy owner. Your first step? Go review your tenant screening checklist right now. Is it strong enough to be your first line of defense? Which strategy from this video will you implement first? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Subscribe for more property management strategies to protect and grow your investment.